Hello my dears and welcome back. In today's video we are, if you haven't guessed from the thumbnail, hopefully it'll look nice for, we are making a kalimba cake today. Now before we start, I just want to say I am not a cake boss. I just got a box cake, and what I did was after I made the cake I got it out of the cake pan and I cut half of it off, just a little bit off the top, so we have our shelf for our kalimba tines. And I didn't film that because I wasn't sure if I was going to do it correctly, and I figured it would fall apart, so if it did, then I didn't have to tell you guys that I did bad at it. So when I went to Walmart, I couldn't find a wood color frosting. So I got a white cream cheese frosting, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix a little bit of cocoa powder in with it, and hopefully that will give me the desired light color I want. And I think I might leave the shelf dark, I'm not quite sure. And then what I decided to use as kalimba tines was zip ties. The white zip ties would have been better, but this is all I could find, so that's what I'm going to use for the tines. And then I figured for the sound hole, I know that a lot of the fancy gecko kalimbas have kind of a shiny sound hole ring. So what I did for this is I just used the frosting container. I don't know if I'm going to make it a flatboard kalimba or a sound hole kalimba, but we'll decide. So I'm gonna do the frosting real quick, and I'm gonna pause you so you don't have to watch, and then I guess we will get started. The cake is still a little bit warm, and I know that you should have a cold cake probably before you start frosting, so I'm gonna get into it. Hang on one second. Alright, so we're back. So I turned that white frosting into this color. I think I'm gonna add just a little bit more cocoa powder so we can get a little bit more darker. I wanted to get kind of a more marble effect for the wood, but I don't think I'm going to get that, because when you mix it in, it kind of has that marbly effect, but then it goes away. I'm sorry that everything's out of frame and crazy right now. I have got you hooked to my covers so I can film this. But it's definitely getting almost to the color I want. So I think just adding a little bit more and we should be ready to roll. And I literally just came up with this idea on the fly a couple nights ago, so that's why everything is so disorganized. But I thought it would be really fun to do some at-home baking, and I figured you guys would like to see what concoction I come up with here in a minute. So yeah, I think this is a little better. It's more of a light brown color, because I know some of the geckos are a really light brown. So I think I'm happy with that. Now I don't have an offset spatula, so we're going to use a spatula, and I think I'll just try to spread it out with my butter knife. I think that might be a good idea. I really hope this turns out. If not, it'll taste good, but I wanted a good video. And then I might put a little bit of cocoa powder on top and see if I can mix it in and make it look like wood. I think that would look really cool. So I'll try it, but I don't know if it'll work. If not, we'll just have an interesting kalimba pattern. And don't worry, it's just me and my boyfriend eating this cake, so me touching it with my hands and my fingers It'll be okay. Okay, so now what I did was I put some cocoa powder on top, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my knife around and try to smooth it out, and I'm hoping we'll get like the wood effect. I'm not quite sure, but we'll try. It's kind of working. Or maybe if I put some on my knife, I'm not quite sure. I think that's probably as good as I'm gonna get it. There is some streaks in there, so I'm happy. Now I think it's ready for us to start adding our thymes. Now I don't have 17 of them, so I just figured we'd put a whole bunch in there, all different sizes. Because maybe we're gonna make a marimba cake instead of a kalimba cake. I mean, it's really all up to you and how creative you want to be. I think this is more of a marimba cake now, the way that it's going, but that's okay. And there's our marimba kalimba cake. Hopefully you had fun watching me make this. I was just doing it for fun. I knew it was gonna look really horrendous. Hello, welcome back my dears. I have to redeem myself because that last cake was horrendous. So I don't know if I'm gonna post a video of that or not. I think it'd be a great laugh, so I might. So I decided that I fixed the times for one because those were a little crazy. And I'm gonna add some stuff to help it look more like a kalimba cake. So if I can't combine these videos together, I might just do a part 1 and a part 2. But I was like, no, you cannot just leave it like that. I was like, you have to fix it. So that's what we're doing. So right now, I don't know, it just wasn't screaming kalimba to me at all. It was screaming like an old man tried to make something in his shed and it didn't work out. Kind of like my cake decorating. So I was like, no, we have to change it. We have to make it better. So I'm trying here. So I know that the new Gecko Kalimba came out and it has a butterfly. So I have some coloring pages around the house. So we'll add a butterfly there at the bottom. And I wasn't going to get like, you know, too fancy with it because, you know, we are going to eat this. So, and then I found some leftover Kalimba stickers. So that might help. There, now I feel redeemed. It looks way better than the first one. Thank you all for watching. Have a wonderful day.